it's Reagan and today I am filming the totally should've book tag. Now I'm not totally sure if I was tagged in this video or not. I really do not know. But I will tag the original creator down below, which is Emma from Emma's Books. And yeah, I really like this tag. So let's just go ahead and get started. The first question is a book that totally should have gotten a sequel. For this, I'm going with Vicious from V.E. Schwab. Since I've put this book down way back in the day, when I first read this book, I have been dying and dying and dying for a second novel in this world. It was just absolutely fascinating. Still my favorite V.E. Schwab book I have ever read to date. This book is just one of my all-time favorites, and I hear hints in like potentiality of there maybe being a sequel, but I don't know. So until the day that releases, I will be craving for more. Question 2 is name a book series that totally should have had a spin-off. So the first instinct for this is to obviously say Harry Potter, but I'm gonna try to, you know, not just answer Harry Potter for all these questions. For this, I'm going with Finnegan of the Rock by Melina Marchetta. I went with this because besides this being one of my all-time favorite fantasy series with this wonderful world and these wonderful characters, I love them so much, Melina Marchetta actually is more known for her contemporary work. She writes normally contemporary novels, and I want her to write more fantasy books. They're so good. She's amazing at it, so I just really want more from this, and I lent it to a friend. That's why it's empty. Question 3, an author that totally should have written more books. For this, I'm going with Patrick Rothfuss. He has written, I guess, 2.5 books in his entire career, and they're all amazing, and in fact, I'm literally obsessed with the Name of the Wind series, and I want him to write more stuff. Well, first I want him to finish the Name of the Wind trilogy, and then I want him to write all of the things. I want so many fantasy series from him. I don't want him to turn into George, where he just writes one series. I want Patrick to write all of the series. I need them. They're so good. Question 4, name a character that totally should have ended up with somebody else. For this, I gotta go with this novel. I'm not gonna say who or what, when, where, why, or how, but I'm just gonna let you know now. The ship that I ship is currently not happening, and I still ship it, and I will go down with it. I just don't love some of the romantic things that started happening in this book. In fact, I'm like really not loving it, which is kind of bumming me out. There is one potential romance in this that I'm like really gung-ho about, but really, that's it. The main ship in this right now is dead, but I still have hope. Question number 5, name a book that totally should have ended differently. For this, I'm going with The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. This is more just like a plot thing in general. I was a little just underwhelmed by the entirety of this book, and I felt like we were kind of leading up to something kind of giant or something significant in this book that never really happened, which is a real bummer because I love Patrick Ness, so I was kind of disappointed by this, so I guess this qualifies, right? Question 6 is name a book that totally should have had a TV show. For this, I'm going with Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I stand by the fact that I think this would be one of the greatest TV shows. I think it could be a movie trilogy, but I honestly feel like all the complicatedness that this is should be a TV show, and I think it'd be so good. The only difficulty with making this a TV show is that there is magic that needs to be like pretty high quality, so maybe like an HBO, not whatever Shadowhunters and on, please don't adapt this, but like HBO adapt this. I think this would be so cool. All the political stuff, all the war, all the characters, all the perspectives, I think it would work magically. The next question is name a book that totally should have been a movie, and for this I'm going with Burial Rights. And this might seem a little random, but I just feel like if this was adapted into a movie, it would win all of the awards. And there has been rumors that this has been picked up and Jennifer Lawrence is going to star in the movie, but I literally read about that like 2 years ago. We've heard nothing about it since. So I stand by the fact I think this historical fiction novel would be a riveting, dark, atmospheric movie that I would love. Like, I really think it'd be great, and it would win Academy Awards, including Jennifer Lawrence for Best Actress. So, the next question is name a book that totally should have had one POV. For this, I literally don't have one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really like books with multiple POV, and I've never encountered, at least so far, when reading a book that I felt like I just wanted this from one character. I honestly love multiple POVs, so I don't know. Name a book that totally should have had a cover change. I honestly don't have very many ugly books in my opinion on my shelf, but I decided to go with the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy. These to me are cute and they fit the mood of the book, but at the same time they're kind of generic. They just have like faces on them and like the beach and from like 2007. Like I think these could be a lot cuter than what they are. So I think these could really use a nice redesign. The next question is name a book that totally should have not had a cover change. And again, difficult, but I'm going with The Glass Sentence by S.C. Grove. Both these covers are beautiful, but the original cover is amazing. It has this like clear sheet thing that goes over a naked hardcover, and it's just stunning. And they did away with that design for the sequel, so I just feel like it's missing a little bit of its beauty, but I still like this cover. Like if they just did this with this, it would have been amazing. And they just don't perfectly match either, you know? And the last question is name a book that totally should have stopped at book 1. And I'm actually just gonna go with The Fifth Wave, not because I don't think the story arc needs 3 books, just because the first book so far, in my opinion, was the only good book in the series, so it should have just stopped while it was ahead, you know what I mean? Hey guys, that is the totally should have book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't done this video and you want to, feel free to do so, and yeah, I will see you guys soon with another video soon. Goodbye!